Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a new WWE World Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Big E. And first and foremost, we're going to get into that. That's going to be the big piece of the news today. And we certainly want to get into that. And we're going to get into the finer details on the decision-making of Big E going to SmackDown, the moment it was for a guy who's genuinely celebrated throughout this industry. You saw tweets all over the industry congratulating this man. He has busted his ass. He's been consistent. I only remember him being hurt for a significant amount of time once. And he has been just consistent, always have good things to say. He's been a positive impact on the world. And to see that hard work pay off after seeing his journey literally from his time in NXT with the 5 count all the way up until his breaking away from the New Day. And seemingly, is he going to be back with the New Day? Well, we're not sure right now. So that's the first thing I wanted to get out there. And it's really good and gratifying to see that. And another thing is, it's good and gratifying to see 2 major heavyweights and major players be black and fight for this championship, which to me, even though the Universal title is where the juice is, that's the title that has all the history. That's a title that both had the lineage with WCW, which is all the Flairs and Harley Race and all them, and then you have the WWE, which is Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, etc. So that belt has the lineage that really holds all the history. So it's very, very big, considering there has only been, not to my recollection, 2 prior to Kofi Kingston. It was Ron Simmons in WCW, I believe in the late 80s, maybe early 90s. It was definitely, I think it might have been 1992. It was when Flair was over in WWE. So I'm thinking it's 91, 92. So you have had Kofi, who had an excellent run, horrible finish. You had Sasha Banks. You have, now you have Bobby Lashley, had one of the most dominant runs a WWE champion ever had, and Big E, who just unseated him. I think it's a beautiful fucking thing that you see so many black professional wrestlers now main eventing consistently. And I just wanted to say, those I think are the 2 biggest stories. The human story that is Big E getting in, and also the fact that, 2 dominant, awesome main event black men just main evented for, to me, the most historic and most prestigious title in the business. So those are 2 things that Silicon Steve wanted to get out. And finally, I do want to shed a little bit of poo on this situation. I have to mention this, and this goes to the booking. And I'm hoping that WWE will explain this, but Big E essentially, as MVP alluded to last night, Big E essentially ran away from Roman Reigns to face Bobby Lashley. And he beat a weakened Bobby Lashley. And Bobby Lashley put on a great fight in that match. So the booking of the match and the way they made both men look was absolutely brilliant. And it was really one of those great moments. However, we know we know why they had him do this. The reason, which is a shitty reason, still a good thing happened, but it was a shitty reason, was because they just got beat in the main demo against AEW. Nobody is going to convince me different. I don't care what you say or what argument. USA was complaining they don't have star power. USA was complaining that they just got beat by that upstart pissant company. All right, well, let's give us one of your biggest baby faces from this show and put it on the other show. So that's what they did. And I'm hoping they turn this into a story, why Big E left. And I have faith, just because I know the kind of person that Big E is, he's going to want his character to explain that as well. So, but that is something that bothers me. I thought it was rushed. I think the moment was amazing, but I think it could have been better. And that's the one thing. WWE is now manufacturing as many moments as they possibly can. And I think they're losing some of that magic. I think and this was kind of like, I woke up, I saw Twitter, I was like, oh, Big E's going to win tonight. Because you knew if he was cashing in, you knew he wasn't going to not get it. He's too big of a star. He's not Baron Corbin or Sandow. You know what I mean? That's just the way I felt about it. So I knew Big E, once he said he was cashing in, I knew he was going to win the championship. And I don't think that makes me a genius. I think everyone knew Big E was going to walk out as the WWE champion. Didn't take away from the moment. However, I just hope they have a plan for him so this doesn't get bad. And they just don't use this as a way to get Drew McIntyre back in, and maybe you have Drew versus Big E at WrestleMania. I don't know. Maybe Goldberg. Well, anyway, that's been 5 minutes in the Valley with Silicon Steve Valli. Congratulations once again to Big E, the Florida man. You did a hell of a job. You busted your ass, and you deserve every flower and accolade that you are getting. Namaste. You guys take care. Here endeth the lesson with Silicon Steve Valli.